still being healthy, even if it involves spirit drinks. We're going to be talking about the story behind Viva and what came about it. I am going to. I hope everyone is having a blissful day. It is Thursday and it's kind of gloomy here. I don't know what about you. I hope you're having a wonderful time. Hello,
Hey, how
hello,
you doing?
hello. How
Sorry
are
for being a
you?
little late. Traffic was a little crazy today, but I'm
That's
here.
okay. That's part of life. What can we do? Life happens.
Vivere life.
I
How's
know
everything
that's
with you today?
right. I'm sorry, what was that?
How was everything with you today?
Pretty
Everything's
good,
good?
pretty good, pretty good. I'm just gonna go straight to the, interview so that we don't waste any time.
hmm
Just tell me where you're originally from.
I'm from Harlem, New York, East Side.
You're
Yeah,
born
I
and raised in
reside.
Harlem.
hmm It's in my
Oh,
blood. It's in my heart. So that's why I got the hustle in me.
the
Hustling
hustling, because
Harlem.
I heard hustle every day, make money,
hmm
just dream big. That's really great. Can you, so as a child, can you remember how it was when you were growing up in
I'm
Harlem?
growing up. I can't honestly say is the typical if it was rough for me and all this other stuff. Me growing up, I just always wanted to just be a kid, just live life, have fun. I always been into like sports, outfits, putting clothes together. So I always was creating somehow. I was that child where back in the day when Dragon Ball Z was on Toonami and everything, I would buy like tracing paper. I would do stuff like that. I would collect Pokemon cards, Digimon cards, but I was still outside moving with everybody and stuff. I was always the person that was interacting and always trying to get people together. So that always been me.
That's good. You talk about Jack. So I can say that you're an anime fan right here. We have some
hmm
anime fan going on right here.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah,
also into anime, but not too much. I think my friends always laugh at me because all I like is like I don't watch Naruto. I'm like, oh, it's so boring. But the
yeah.
only thing I've ever seen is like Hunter x Hunter. So it's kind of cool, growing up being into like anime. Where did you go to high school?
I went to high school in Cornwall Hayes High School. That's gonna be in the Bronx, Grand Concourse. So I went over there, did for it my 4 years, of course, finished and everything. Did well. It was a real challenge. It was real different because I could say first off that it was an all boys school. So
Wow.
yeah, it wasn't like a co-ed school. I was pushing my mother to put me in like Cardinal Spellman or something like that. But I wanted she was like, nah, it's either Rice High School or Cardinal Hayes. So you have to take like a certain test or whatever to see what high school you can go to. And they picked me up for Rice and Cardinal Hayes, but my mother said I gotta go to Cardinal Hayes. So that was all she wrote.
And
So it
how is
was
a
cool.
whole boys school? Because in Ghana and other school African country, they do have that as well, where it's like a whole boys school and everything. I never got to experience that. But how
Yeah.
did that feel? And why didn't you want to go to a whole boys school, huh?
Because I wanted to. It was foreign to me. Like I wanted to be around girls, like how I was when I was in elementary school.
Wanted
So
to be around females, like be a
yeah. So what
teenager.
we did was we used to sit there and have the girls pick us up from school and stuff for meet at the corner. So yeah, it had to be some type of interaction, but it was good though. Like I met a lot of great people in there. We had fun and stuff. By the way, their football team is going strong and their basketball team, so I'm still proud of them. So Connell Hayes, up Hayes and all fellow men. Word.
That is amazing, that you're so proud of where you went to school. Most of us were like, yeah, I don't even want to mention where I went to school, but it's amazing that you still love your school. Can you remember, take me to a time when it was graduation? What was the first thing that you saw that made you happy?
All of my bros was around me. Like we was really happy we was out of there. Like I'll never forget that moment. Like one of my peoples, like it was me, my boy Ainge, my brother Isaiah, Will, Santa, and we just all was like, we just took a picture. We was like, we did it. Like we did the 4 years in here. Like we made it happen. Some people ain't make it, but that was a real great feeling. Graduating, we all threw our cap up at the same time and everything. So
Right, right.
that was a great
And
feeling.
like, was it like summertime? What was the
Yeah, it was
feeling,
in June. We graduated in June. It was real nice outside. We all was fly with our suits on and everything. Um, my mother took me to like a southern food spot. Yeah, I remember that clear as day. It was fun. I was real happy that day. And my
That
both
is
both my mother and
amazing.
my father was there too. So it was a good look to see my parents there watch me graduate. So I enjoyed that also.
That is amazing, especially to see a young black man, graduate from school and make it. Like, because as you said that some people didn't make it with you, so
Hmm.
it's amazing to see you like inspire yourself, and then be proud of yourself and your friends making it together. It's pretty good for that. After graduation, did you know what you wanted to do?
Um, Honestly, at that age, I was just happy that I was done with school. I knew I wanted to go to college, of course, because that's the American way to
The
typically
American
just
way.
high school and then you go straight to college. And to be honest with you, I wasn't really sure of what I really wanted to do. So I just went to LaGuardia Community College in Queens for like hospitality management, and I was still having fun. I was enjoying myself. I got cool with a few other people that was in LaGuardia. I was playing basketball. I wasn't on the team, but I was playing a lot of basketball. Um, and at this time, the idea didn't come about, but the who I am, my personality was always there, and I always wanted to get people together. We go get a bottle or something like this. This is before the health and the pandemic and anything came in. This is just me being young, getting litty with the friends and all that. And
Hmm.
over time, I felt something that it can really go somewhere. And also, like on a personal side of things, I feel like this brand helped me get more focused instead of just having fun all the time. You
Having
understand what
fun.
I'm saying? So like with
Exactly.
this brand, Viver means to live. Living is for everyone. And I even had to start that off myself. Like, am I really living, or I'm just getting up and just going and just I don't have a mission. So I feel like the Viver life helped me with a mission, and that's to promote balance, health and wellness, and just showing everybody that if I can get up and motivate myself to get up and do it every day, you could do the same exact thing. Because this
Most
idea came
definitely.
overnight. I was just in the bed one time, like I never forget it, speeding up a little bit. Because I went to LaGuardia for a little bit, and then I left, and then I went away for college in Topman Courtney Community College upstate over there because one of my boys was over there. So I was like, all right, let me try that out, see what's going on.
That is a
That's
party
where
school. That school, I think it's a party school. Whoever goes to
Yeah,
come,
that's
oh,
next to
you should.
Herkimer. Shout out to Herkimer. So I feel like my ideas really blossomed, but I didn't get the name yet. But I had the idea. So what I was doing was I was selling like Dutches and stuff like that, but I always made like drinks and stuff like that in the hood, like in Harlem. So
And people
one of
probably
my
loved
boys,
it.
shout out to my boy BG, um, he was like, yo, like, instead of giving these drinks out all the time, like, why don't you make some money with it? And
That's
I'm
right.
like, yeah, like I'm showing love all the time. Like I got to profit off of something so I can keep it going, you know? So I started making like little coffee cups for like $3, had them come into my dorm and everything, getting them off. And then I also, going back to what I said before, I like bringing people together. So I would have like little gatherings, people chilling, hand out the drinks. And just over time, I'm like, yo, I could really see this going somewhere. So speeding up again. When I came back to the city from school, I was working at Victoria's Secret at the time. I'm like, oh man, like,
This is
this is not
life
it.
when,
Like we're
life
this is
was
not
starting
making any
to hit,
sense. It's not it. I
and
felt like I
life
was
was starting
stagnant.
to happen for you. Would you
Hmm.
think that everyone is supposed to go to college? Because as you were saying that,
Hmm.
the American thing, it's like you're supposed to go. Do you think college is for everybody?
College is an option. That's the best way I can say it, because in 2022 is so many ways to be educated and make money. You don't have to register for school. You don't. I go on YouTube right now and I learn and I take notes and everything. I watch podcasts. I ask people in the street. You can learn from anywhere. So I feel like get a high school diploma at least. That's the least you can do.
Right.
Get a high school diploma. Then after that, think about what you want to do. I got some young bulls that I speak to, and I never forget this. I spoke to him and I was like, if you don't want to go to college, that means you have to be a man right now. That's all. But
That's right.
you have to make a decision where you have to take care of yourself for the rest of your life. So once I told him that, I seen it. Everybody has their little bumps and bruises and falls, but I seen like he's serious, just like how I'm serious. Like I'm a college dropout. I didn't finish college. I want to finish later on, but right now I found
Mm-hmm.
something that I love and I'm passionate about. So
And
I'm
you're
gonna just go
passionate
forward.
about.
And the entrepreneur field really opens a big lane for everything. So it's just so many other things that I have in the works that I'm really happy about, that I'm ready to put out there.
I totally agree with you when you say that, college is an option. Like you can learn so many things. It's called like I think it's called like self-education where you can
Mm-hmm.
learn from yourself and like motivate yourself. Can you remember a specific time when you realized something needed to be in your life? Like you needed this in your life and it had to change.
I feel like I felt like when I was experiencing the same cycle of something, like, and it wasn't good. It wasn't a good feeling. Like that check the check feeling. That's not a good feeling. Cause
What was that something? Was it like maybe partying, being with the same crowd, not elevating yourself? What was
the
that
crowd,
something
I
that
can
made
honestly
you
say, is the crowd, the people who you involve yourself with, the people that you talk to all the time. That's very important. And sometimes even what you do for yourself is not good for you. Like, say, for example, people may have certain vices, where it's drinking or smoking or something. That could be stopping you to moving in your apartment, or stopping you to get that driver's license, or any goal, what it is. Whatever is stopping you to get to that goal, you got to learn to live without. That's where the self-control comes in. That's where the self-love comes in. If you
right?
really want to get to where you want to get to, then you got to sit yourself down and look yourself in the mirror like, all right. And then sometimes you got to not be around people. You got to learn to be by yourself.
By
A lot of
yourself.
people, they don't know how to be by themselves because it's like they got so much going on up here, and they can't figure it out. So they try to just be with other people. But a form of self-love, what I learned, what I want to put on to people, be by yourself for a while and really figure yourself out and get in tune, and you'll thank yourself after that.
I love that. I also got to know myself by being by myself, even though we went through so much crap and as well. But like this it helps us and it's for us. It doesn't mean that you're like lazy or maybe life is not for you. Sometimes being by yourself is the best thing you can do for yourself.
Hmm.
So as you remember that time, what caused you to be motivated when you were just sitting there, just it came to you?
A lot of people ask me that, and is not saying it's a different answer, but not trying to sound full of myself. I feel like I was born with this. Like I always spoke to my
That's right.
grandmothers, my mother, and I just like women. The women that I mentioned in my family. Those three are very important to me. So it's like, as a man, like if you invest in so much unconditional love and time for me, the least I could do is make you proud. That's the least I can do. So it's like, me off the whip, when I wake up, I want the best for myself, and then when I think for them, that's just it. That's like the rocket ship. It shoots it up even more. So I always woke up like, I gotta get it. I gotta do it. So now when I wake up, it's like, I gotta live. Living is for everyone. I gotta do it. I gotta live my life. So you only get one, and we don't know if we're not going to get another chance. So
We don't know. And
you
we got to make
just,
you right. What is a mother's love to you like? Mother's
excuse
love.
me.
What is a mother's love to you like? The love that you
Um,
feel. What does it mean to you?
it's unconditional. Is intense, supportive. Um, Yeah, those three right there. Intense, supportive, and unconditional.
Unconditional. And that's all we need in this life.
Yeah.
Um, what was the very next thing that caused you to start your business when you got motivated? What really like caused you to start your business?
Um, I didn't want to be selfish. I'm like, if I'm coming up with all this stuff and I'm doing it for myself, I gotta give it to the world for their life. I gotta give it to the world. So with the alcohol, because I have two different menus. I have the Viveya Life menu, and then I have a Viveya Health menu. At first, when I was doing the Life, that's just straight alcohol. But then over time, I'm like, I'm just getting people drunk all the time. I don't really want to do that. And then I'm like,
Right,
even though I'm
right.
balancing doing what I have to do, I'm exercising and I'm going to the juice bars, because the juice bars inspired me to do this. Shout out to Reg, Peso, Watkins on 125th, Juice Land right there that used to be on 122nd and Lenox. Like, these were places that I went to, and I developed that idea into my likelihood. Like, I test things out in my body. I'm like, nah, let me put everybody else on. So I started just giving out samples and stuff like that. I'm like, this feels right. I gotta go with this.
Listen,
So
what
that's
did you
that's how I
try?
started.
What was the first thing you tried that you realized this is right? Like I know you do Seymour's and ginger. Like what was that one thing that you got in the store and then you started trying? You were like, whoa, like
The Seymour's
I gotta pull people
applesauce.
on.
The Seymour's applesauce makes me happy. That's been doing very well. I have other smoothies, and it's like I feel like the applesauce is great for anybody, like all ages, from infants and up. And the Seymour's is great. It has your Seymour's with the bladder your applesauce. You got honey and cinnamon, so it's real
Mm.
delicious. And the people that know about Seymour's, it really doesn't have the best taste. So I feel like that it just motivates the person to just demolish a good cup.
So with your beverages and what you're doing, what are the benefits from it? What can people benefit from it? And why do you
Um,
want them to try it?
so Seymour's by itself is really great for your whole entire body, thyroid glands, your blood, your bones. It has vitamin B12, B2, um, potassium, you name it. It's just a long list of things that it has. Zinc. And with this substance, you can literally, like, you know how they say you take too much of anything that's not good for you? You can really take CMOS every day and you'll be totally fine. The must that is going to do is you go to the bathroom or something, that, but that's also good also. You have to go
That's
to the
also good for
bathroom.
you.
So with the ginger shots, I push that a lot because in the industry now, like just in the world, there's a lot of smoking and all of that. So I give that to people because it opens up their lungs and everything. It's good for your immune system, also in your respiratory system. So it helps
Right.
people spit up the mucus and everything like that. Any other questions about
Yeah,
the
what
health?
you have? So you have the ginger, the Seymours. What other fruit drinks do you
So
have?
I wanted to talk about the shots I have, though, the health shots. Yeah.
Okay.
So there's the ginger shots. That's healthy, but it gets kind of complicated and complex with the tiger shots and the mega mixes like that. So the
Okay.
tigers and the gong shots, like, they benefit you, but they get you nice at the same time, depending on how many you have. And it's both good for male and female, so y'all can have a good time. The gong and the tiger and the mega mix is good for your blood, bones, and your liver, and as an aphrodisiac. Aphrodisiacs such as like oysters and stuff like that.
Right.
So I got that. And I got into that also going to the juice bar. And I started noticing that you could create your own like health shots and everything. So I started really enjoying this. I'm like, nah, I really love doing this. Like, it's healthy and it. So I started putting it in the stores. Shout out to my partner Anthony. He helped me out with the first store on 106 and First Avenue. And then we just kept going. So me and my partner just really trying to take things to the top and just do it in a positive manner. And let me go into your other question if you have one.
Definitely. I have thousands. So yes,
All right.
definitely. What what does culture mean to you? Because I know when it comes to you talk about family, community, you appreciate your friends. What does culture means to you? And
Culture to me,
why do you think people should learn about your roots?
um, because you'll know where you're going forward. Like, you got to know what's going on behind you. And I'm not even talking about in the car. Like, you got to just know your history that happened behind you so you can move forward, because it'll all make sense and it'll all connect. Because even my bloodline, like, it's hustlers in my family. Like, it's just my father's a hustler, I'm a hustler, my mother's a hustler. So it's like, it's so happened to me, I'm a hustler. But now going into the culture of things, it's like right now is a tough culture because the kids are growing up, they listening to all this crazy music and stuff like that.
Right?
But before that, like, it's always a cycle. But before that, it was a lot of like us partying together and dancing and all that stuff. And I see that coming back a little bit. But now we got to fix the culture of like the crime and all of that, because sometimes the culture gets like, the no snitching and all this other stuff. That's part of
Right,
the culture and
right.
all of that. Like, I feel like as you get older, the mistakes that you made set the tone for the culture of the kids. Like, yo, like, we supposed to stick together. We're supposed to build, just like all these other communities that we're talking about. Like, we have to start as the culture, do the same thing, make our own generational wealth and all this other stuff. I feel like everybody could be a creator in their own way also. They just really
Most
have to tap in with
definitely.
themselves. There's a lot of following going on. We need more leadership. So as long as people like me and others are not scared to go out there and keep pushing positivity, we'll take over with positivity all the time. So that's how I feel about the culture right now. It can be controlled if we all get together. That's what culture is about, being together.
I honestly agree with you that being together when it comes to culture. And
Hmm.
when you talk about culture, I know you're talking about like, the black community, your community. Have you ever tried other different cultures, like African culture, like Ghana, Nigeria, like different cultures?
Of
How do you
course.
think?
That's what Revere Life is all about. And even if you look at my mission statement, exactly it says, I'll read it out. I'll read it out just in case it won't be a freestyle.
Definitely.
My mission statement for Revere is right here: to provide a great vibe, live life, and connect cultures together. So, say for example, parties, pop-up shops, conventions. If I'm there, my goal is to bring every culture to that table, or to whoever, to me. So now as I'm talking to you, now y'all connecting to each other and don't even know it. It's naturally happening.
It's
So
naturally happening.
that's what the brand is all about. It's naturally bringing people together. I do pop-up shops, and a person, they coming around, they drinking, and I'm talking to them, and they got another person coming. These people don't even know each other through a hole in the wall. And that's one thing about me. I don't care about race at all. It's a human race.
It's a
So
human race.
if we all meet up together, we could relate in some way. I'm not going to act like your culture, but we're going to understand each other because we're both the human race.
That's
So
right.
that's what my goal is with this brand always. I
Yes.
just want
And
everybody to be connected. We go all learn from each other.
reconnecting. Yes, I honestly I think it's good to connect with people and get to know other people's culture. Like you said, I don't have to know, what you're about or what you believe in or what about. It's a human race. We're together. We're the same people. We do the same
Mm-hmm.
things.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just all about love and loving each other. What do you love about your community? What Because I know when you start to talk about, your eyes just go wide. What do you love about your community?
Cause like when it's a good day for the culture, we really go hard. Like we do so well.
You gotta tell me like what,
Like
like
for
so well,
example,
like tell me some stuff, like
like my people are over in Wilson right now. Like we got all the artists right now. We got Chicken Seek, Pop Lottie, we got Kwani G's. Like the list goes on. Like it's just a whole bunch of young bulls going hard, foot on neck right now, and they just that motivates people. Like, nah, we got to keep it going. So now you got people, and then that's another thing too. Everybody has a job. You don't have to be the person in front. Everybody has a job. If this person is the rapper, all right, I'm gonna be the person taking the pictures. I'm gonna be the person handing out the flyers. I'm gonna be the person promoting it, and we all win. That's the culture. If we all do that, we all win together.
we all
Everybody
went
got to bring
together.
something to the table, and then I get to talk about my block. We got entrepreneurs, we got artists, we got comedians, we got everything. So it's like, why not get together and make things happen for the world? They probably
Right?
looking like, nah, I like how they move. Like, let's see what they about. That motivates everybody. We got to motivate each other. That's what I feel like coach is all about. Like getting together and just inspiring everybody after that.
That's
Just making
beautiful.
ticking time bombs.
Taking time bombs, right? So it definitely is going to happen. What do you intend to do for your community? Like right now, it's your business is out there, people are purchasing, it's going big and big. What do you want to do for the community that you are in?
The community that I'm in right now, in the future, I really would like to do more. Like for example, I want to put more health stores over here, probably like a restaurant or something. And it could just be controlled by the culture. But I just want to be able to grow a certain lump sum of money where I can put something here and it can be controlled by the culture. I feel like we need more activities for the children over here. I feel like there should be even more activities for the older people over here, because ever since the pandemic, all they do is just stay in the house because they're
Stay
scared
in
they're
the
gonna get
house,
sick or
yeah.
something. Then But also going back to the children, the reason why there's a whole bunch of crime and stuff going on is because there's not enough activities for children right now. They either closing the gym late, or you can't be here, park after dark. There's always something. So they really got to focus on more programs for the children, because once the children are taken care of, I feel like everything flows smooth after that.
Most
And
definitely.
it has to be more jobs over here for people to work. Is some type of work for something. There got to be more jobs over here, and that's it. Yeah,
Yeah.
community for the kids, for the older people, and the people in between time like us. We're working. We're supposed to be motivating and just doing the right thing.
Definitely, definitely. When you talk about activities, what kind of activities are you talking about? Like basketball
Drawing.
games, or what kind of activities for the kids?
So, for example, my aunt, my aunt Stevasia, she has this program over here in East River where kids come together. They do like painting, they do like field
Beautiful.
trips, like stuff like that. Like when you used to go to elementary school and they had like the pizzas for you, like just doing something where you keeping the kids' attention and they not idle enough where they're gonna do something wrong. That's all about the kids. Kids are a walking sponge, so they want to absorb something. So you have to give them something to absorb.
That's a good one. Kids are like they're a sponge. You want to absorb everything. That's a good
Exactly. So
one.
if you're gonna put them in a certain community,
It
it,
has to be a
it it takes a
positive one.
village. It takes a
Yes,
village also. So if that village is not the best, that's how that child is gonna turn out. Now, if that
most
village is
definitely.
looking out for the child and taking care of them, it's good. Now that child is going up, turning into a teenager, adult, and now he's spreading out, and that's how it works. That has to be an ongoing cycle going on.
That is beautiful. It is. And I totally, feel that that's what it needs. Because back in my home in Ghana, when you live in a community, when you do something, your neighbor beats you, then your mom will whoop you, and then your dad will come and whoop you,
So the
and
last,
that
so
will
the next
teach
time you
you.
gonna know better.
You gonna know better. So
Mm-hmm.
it does take a village to raise a kid. Now, take me to a time, not a time like where you were, that the name of your company. How did it drop in your mind? What were you doing? Were you sitting down? Were you just? How did the name come up?
I'll never forget it. It was like in the middle of the night. I was stressed. I was working at Victoria's Secret, I think, too. I'm like, I'm trying to live.
Right.
That's all I kept saying. I'm laying in my bed. I'm like, I'm trying to live. Dang. And I already had the idea in my head of just making drinks and stuff like that. But I'm like, what am I gonna name this? I'm trying to live. I'm trying to live. That's all I kept saying. And then I Googled it. I went on Google, and I was like, what's Vivian French? I'm just curious. What's Vivian? I mean, what's to live in French? So I typed in to live, and you got the option button there with the speaker. So it said vroo vroo, like vroo vroo. I'm like, nah, I don't
Right.
like that sound a little bit. Let's switch it up a little bit. Vivier. Vivier. So I just kept saying Vivier. And then I went back to the meeting. I'm like, to live. I'm trying to live life. And I
Mhm.
looked up acronyms. I'm like, life. Living is for everyone. Nah, living is for everyone. So I'm
Living
like,
is for
Vivier life. Living is for everyone. And I just stuck with that ever since. And then I got the LCDIN, and then it was all she wrote from there. And I haven't looked back ever since. I'm proud of myself, and I'm happy. I'm happy that I made that decision.
That is beautiful. So would you say that working at the job that you weren't, like, there's so much better out there, cost you to get to where you are going now and where you are right now?
Mm-hmm. You talk about it like actual job.
You're no, like, where you were, like your struggle, like
Yeah,
where your struggle got you has gotten you to a shift. It shifted you to be where you're getting to.
I feel like it shifted in here a lot. Like I feel a lot more confident with my steps. I feel good that I'm doing the right thing for other people and everything out there. It feels really right in my heart. Like it really does. Like I won't stop doing this. I'm gonna keep going.
That is amazing. So where can we get your drinks? Like, because it's in Harlem, and I'm like all the way in like where it snows 24/7, and I'm
Nah, that's
sick
no
of it.
problem. I'm gonna get that out to you. I'm working on that right now. I
Beautiful.
really just started putting them in stores like probably like a few months ago. I just started, so I'm trying to circulate throughout New York City right now, and then after New York City, I'm gonna do other states and everything.
So
And
in
I'm working on a hard like delivery company right now. I want to do like
beautiful.
for my brand. I want to have like a good car that's working and everything where I just have it every day. I don't have delivery service every day because it's just me right now, my partner Anthony. So we're gonna figure that out by summertime. So I got you. Make sure you have a T-shirt and
Definitely.
everything. Got the
So
T-shirt.
that is
Good.
dope. That is dope. So
And I
and
got
people
the
living
hoodie
in
right
New York
here.
City,
hmm
I like that one. That one is
Yeah.
perfect.
This is the bottle right here that I sell. So if you want like a sangria or something in there, I can make that for you also.
Ooh.
hmm
So people that live in New York City, if they wanted to say, "Oh, I want to try this drink," where can they get it in New York City?
Right now, for the alcoholic beverages, you can either come to me or my partner Anthony, the one that's posted on the gram. Then we have the three locations, and all three of them I have it like where it's slightly different, so you can have your options. And it's growing. There's a growing menu, by the way. I
Hmm.
have my boy Gucci on 346 East 106th Street and First Avenue, where we have the health shots and we have the Seymour's juices. And I'm gonna have the apple mosses in there because I heard a few people were asking for it over there. That's another thing I'm doing as I go to these stores. I'm paying attention to the algorithm of what people want and everything, so I can accommodate them well. Then I have another store right here on 2121 East, 109th Street and First Avenue, where I have just the straight healthy. I have the Seymour's smoothies and the juices, and also the two stores on 1785 and 1781 East 110th Street in Lexington. I have some more Seymour's over there. So it's just growing, it's ongoing, and I just want to make sure that I'm steady up here so things can go clear. One thing my mother
Definitely.
always tell me, don't rush, take your time. Don't rush, take your time. So she always in the back of my head telling me that because I'm always running over the place sometimes. So I learned I gotta take it easy so things can go smooth and I can keep going up. So
That is it. Yeah, I
mhm.
know. Like when you rush, I feel like when you rush things, you will not enjoy the process of it because you like,
You feel like you're forgetting something all the time too.
right, right. You always feel
hmm
like that. And do you have a social media handle where people can be like, okay, well, I live this way, so I can maybe they might forget and they can contact you and they can follow you to purchase your drinks.
Yes, I have my Instagram where if you go to the link in my bio, that's literally like the information to everything. It's the link app, and you can click on that. You'll have my TikTok. I have a YouTube channel that I just made, and I'll also for the YouTube channel. I'm excited about that. I'm gonna drop every Monday at 11 a.m. for the Vivair Life. Type in Vivair Life to go to my YouTube and subscribe. Then also, uh, yeah, that's the only social medias I have. I have TikTok. I have Facebook. I have Facebook also, and yeah, that's it really. So just click the link in the bio,
And follow
and if you
him.
want to purchase some shirts, make sure y'all get y'all shirts. $50. It comes with a
Definitely.
drink, and the link is in the bio. Just go to the bottom, bigcarter.com, VeilifeBigCarter.com, and just click, and I'll accommodate you. And you can always email me too. There's so many ways to contact me. There's no excuses.
Definitely. And what is your email?
My email is vivirlife at AOL.com.
Yeah, theveilup@aol.com. Make sure
Yeah, I'm
you
real
email
old
him,
school.
you follow him.
I'm real old school. Everybody like, you got an AOL still? I'm like, yeah, like I got 3 AOL accounts.
Oh
I got a
wow.
Gmail,
We
but
do Google now. We don't do none of that
I
anymore.
got that too if you want it. That's LarryLove1990 at gmail.com. You can take that one also.
Perfect.
But I
Perfect.
can't promise that I'm gonna answer it right away because I got so much spam on it. So I have to make a
Oh,
specific one. Yeah.
the spams are just annoying as ever.
They got one specific. They got a category specific for spam, like specifically for spam. So that's when you know they just showering you. It's crazy.
So Larry, what advice would you give to people who keep playing the victim and are now moving to do what they need to do?
Um, for the people out there that's really feeling discouraged right now, because it really is, you got to be very understanding also, because it's a touchy subject, but we're going to talk about it. This has been probably the highest of suicides and all that other stuff, and a lot of people are putting a lot of pressure on themselves. I'm one of them. And one of my friends right now that's in this chat right now, he agreed with me also. We had to watch an interview with Steve Harvey where we just being hard on ourselves. We just, yeah, I'm trying to figure it out. But it's like, you got to take a step back and give yourself, take the gratitude, like, yo, I've really got this far and I'm doing well. Like, let me just take a step back and really breathe and keep it going. Because people be thinking they not going nowhere. And if you really take a step back and look back, you be like, damn, I really made it far. Like,
right.
You was only, I remember when my colada was only $5 in that big jar and people were still barely buying it. And I was probably only making like $10 a week, $20 a week. And I'm still handing out free stuff trying to bring people in. And now it's like people knocking on the door, blowing on my phone, ready to beat me up for a colada now. So it's like, I got to appreciate all of that. I got to appreciate everything that come my way. So I'm always humble, hungry, and I'm always grateful, always grateful. So for the people out there, just have a plan. Like, just have it written somewhere, put it on the wall, and just walk past it, look at it from time to time, but just know you're going to do that plan on your time. Not on nobody else's time, not on mama love time, not on your father time, not on granny time, not on your friends trying to say, oh, you should have been did. Nah, you move on your time, because you'll feel good when you do it at your pace. You try to sit here and be in a race, it's old for you. R.I.P. to Nipsey Hussle, but I'm going with this marathon for the rest of my life. Like, I really don't see myself stopping to be an entrepreneur. Like,
Amen to that. Amen to that.
So
definitely.
That's what I want to tell the people out there. Have a game plan. Don't be discouraged, and stay hungry, humble, and just be grateful for everything that come your way.
Thank you so much. Before I end this interview, tell me the best advice that you got that you still use it up to today.
I'm gonna go in my wallet. I keep it in my wallet all the time. Yep.
Your wallet? Why your wallet?
I keep it in my wallet because, like I said before, being an entrepreneur is real stressful sometimes. So you're trying to figure it out all the time. So right here, I'll show you this right here. This is my list that I keep in my wallet.
Wow.
Read every day. Do not take anything personal. I work on that a lot because I got a good heart. When you got a good heart, you gotta control that sometimes. Like, damn, I wouldn't do that to you. So why would you do that? You can't even do all that. Just chill. So expect the unexpected and get comfortable with being uncomfortable. Be comfortable with being uncomfortable because life will throw anything at you.
That's right.
And stay calm under mental pressure. That's a star under that one. I'll put a star under that one. Just stay cool, because 9 times out of 10, God is throwing a mission at you, and He just want to see, could you handle that before you get to the mission that you was praying for? I just want to know if you can handle this real quick. That's
right. That's right.
all.
Make sure
you handled
it.
All right, you good. You gonna graduate. I got you, Kang. That's all. And my Aunt Lucinda said this. I'm gonna leave it at this to slow down. My Aunt Lucinda was saying one time, you could be moving and doing all this stuff that you want to, but are you really listening to God, or are you listening to yourself? Ooh. If you're moving too fast, you can't listen to God. You just listening to yourself all the time. You just moving. But if you really sit back, you're like, all right, it makes sense. And then you look at the plan board. You like, oh, I see what he was saying. Like, all I had to do was just slow down. That's what we got to do. So that's the best advice I could tell people. Slow down, have a plan, be hungry, humble, and grateful. Those 5 things right there.
I might probably have to take that for myself too. Slow down, be happy and grateful. Grateful. I just love that part. Being grateful for where you are, where you're about to do, and what is going to happen in your life. Mm-hmm. What would you tell any young Black man listening to you right now? Any man listening to you.
Enjoy your youth. Don't grow up fast. Have fun. Because a lot of these young bulls be trying to move like they 40. You don't want to pay bills right now. Just go to school, have fun, get a little job, stack your money, make your little mistakes, and just when you start hitting a certain age, like probably like 18, stuff like that, really figure it out. Like, all right, am I gonna go to school? But either way, with the school, just have your own idea. Like, what do I want to do in life? Just have that idea. But for now, enjoy it. Because you'll regret it once you be like, oh damn, like 30 and
Adult is not
33
a
now, like
joke.
I gotta pay bills. I
Gotta
have
pay
to go to
bills.
work. Yeah, like yeah, you have to go to work. This is what you asked for. So yeah, just
Enjoy
enjoy
your
the
life.
process. Enjoy life.
Thank you so much, Larry, for, sharing your story, and letting us know that we have to appreciate ourselves. We have to take our time and, being able to let us walk through your life journey as, say the things that you do is not helping you and you decide to take a turn in your life. A lot of people are not that vulnerable to share. Like, oh, some people will be like, no, I made it. I just decided that I want something else. But you shared your story that you wanted more out of your life. And you felt like there's something out of my life. And it's not, I always say, it's not just you. We're born to be great. There's greatness. And I always also say that I didn't come to this world to work for somebody. Like
Mm-hmm.
those who work for people, there are people that love it. But those who are called not to, they're called not to. So thank you so much for letting us know your drinks and how healthy is good for our heart. It's good for our bones. It's not just a drink that you drink and you feel lit and you feeling good. It's like healthy for you and it's
Mm-hmm.
good for your body. So thank you for coming up with this, invention and bringing this to us and servicing us. Before I go, is there anybody you want to give a shout out to and we could end it?
I really want to make a big shout out to you. The
Thank
people that
you.
love me, they know I love them back already. But I really want to thank you. You're the first person that reached out and said they wanted to interview me. So I'm really happy about that. You put a smile on my face. I
Oh,
was really
thank
looking
you.
forward to this. So I appreciate you. Now I wanted
Thank
to ask you how long you been interviewing people.
I have been interviewing people for, I would say, 2 to 3 years now. But sometimes life happens, and you go down. But I'm just like, no, there are people out there that needs to know what life is all about and to inspire others. Because I got inspired by listening to people's story and by doing what I have to do, like listening to you saying that we shouldn't be hard on ourselves. Because sometimes I'm so hard on myself that I'm just like, I gotta get there, I gotta get there, I gotta get there, and I'm
Yeah.
not,
But it's
and
good. It's so
slow
beautiful that you
down.
motivate. It's a beautiful thing to always be motivated. But the thing is, you can't be too hard on yourself because that
Right.
motivation is going to dwindle away because you keep beating yourself up all the time. It's like you're going to get it. Relax. Like, just take your time. Yeah. We can be our own enemies sometimes, right?
We sure can. We sure
Mm-hmm.
can.
That's right.
So thank you so much. And I hope you
Thank
have
you.
a wonderful day and a blissful day. For here, it's raining, so I'm just going to stay
Yeah, it's
inside. But
nasty over here too, but we don't let that stop nothing. We still got the smile on our face
we
making it
still
happen.
do. Oh, my goodness. But thank you, Larry, so much. And I hope
I
that everyone
appreciate you
got,
for real.
thank
I look
you. I
forward to speaking
appreciate
with
you
you
as
again.
well.
All
Thank
right.
you. Thank
Take care.
you.
Love is love, y'all.
Be safe. Bye.
Likewise.